Hey, anyway, I just thought I'd do a quick video on about how to ship stuff to the Philippines. I've been shipping stuff here now for 3 years. 2016, I had a friend move here down into Dumaguete, and I shipped him probably about I think 44 boxes. So everything I shipped here I did through LBC. And if you're going to ship here through LBC, they have a lot of restricted items. You need to go to lbcshipping.com and look on what's on the restricted items that you cannot ship. And with some of the things you do ship, they'll allow like electronics or anything like a power tool, anything that runs on electricity. They're going to charge you a VAT tax, which stands for value added tax. There is a way to get around that, and just don't put on the box or in the packing list that you have electronics. Just make something up. That's what I did. They don't open the boxes up. They don't check them as long as you're shipping by ship. You know, it's going to take you on shipping it here 10 to 12 weeks to get it to the Philippines. It's pretty slow going by boat, so you can't be in a hurry. These boxes I have here, it took 13 weeks to get here, which is the longest it's ever taken any boxes to get to the Philippines. However, I've never shipped to Eastern Samar before. They've always gone to either Dumaguete or San Carlos City. There is another way of shipping. It is through Forex. I ship these Forex. I know they're in LBC boxes, but apparently the Forex store I went to uses LBC boxes. Now, the prices between LBC and Forex are the same. Restriction list is the same. So for a small box, it'll cost you $45 at LBC. Forex does not ship a small box. Forex only does large and extra large. Now, large is $75 and extra large is $85. Now these are the large. Extra large is about same footprint, but about an extra 6 inches taller than these. So anyway, when you ship these, you know, the addresses here can be really long. So what I started doing is I was at LBC and I noticed somebody else was just printing out the addresses off of Word and taping them on the box. So I started doing that, and that really saved a lot of time. I didn't have to do as much writing. But then LBC stopped allowing that. I guess the addresses were getting ripped off the box, so they actually make you physically write the address on the box. So I find the best way to do it is with a felt marker. You have to be careful. Once I used a gel pen, and I noticed that if it gets wet, it just washes off. So I would recommend like a fine point felt marker. It seems to work the best. So if you need to get something here in a hurry, you can do air freight. It takes about 10 days, but they have even more things that are on the restricted list that you can't ship. I have some personal items like fluoride-free toothpaste I wanted shipped here. Well, it has to have a factory seal on it, or they won't ship it by air. And what I mean by factory seals, when I took it in there, they inspect what you're shipping, and they actually opened my toothpaste up, unscrewed the cap, and noticed it didn't have a foil seal, so they wouldn't ship it, along with some other personal hygiene items. And also what's on the restricted list is prescription medication. So if you're older, you have prescriptions you need to get here, LBC and Forex will not ship by air. Well, actually Forex doesn't ship by air anyway. But it doesn't mean you can't slip them inside a box. But usually people can't wait that 3 months to get their prescription meds. So what you're going to have to do is find a different method of shipping. I did have prescription drugs shipped here, and I ship with Fedex. It's legal to ship prescription drugs here. It's not illegal. So I don't know why LBC won't allow it. However, the prescription drugs I had shipped here through FedEx cost me $197 just for a padded envelope. So it's pretty expensive. So it might be cheaper to actually buy your prescription drugs here, maybe not. If you're on Medicare, Medicare does not cover, if you're out of the country, it does not work. So that won't work. That's not an option. When you go to ship these, you can track them. They give you a tracking number. Now these boxes, I noticed when I shipped them out of Portland, they sat in Seattle for 2 weeks before they even shipped them. So I think that's kind of why it took so long to get here. Now back to Forex. When I shipped Forex to San Carlos City, they came into Bacolod, which is on the other side of Negros Occidental, and my friend didn't want to wait for him to come to him. He would have had to wait another week. He didn't want to wait until they got to him, so he had a truck. So what we did is we got into his truck and we drove all the way over to Bacolod and picked up the boxes. And one of the things I don't like about Forex is they don't have as many locations in the Philippines. LBC, no matter where you go, every city it seems like there's an LBC. That's kind of one of the advantages to that. What I liked about Forex is back home I had a Filipino store that was about 5 minutes from my house. So it was just more convenient, and what I liked about him, if I had a restricted item, Alex at Alex's Filipino store would just tell me to make something up. He'd say, just lie. So, for instance, in one of these boxes I have an air compressor. Now that's on the restricted list. I went to LBC. I was going to ship it with LBC. They had a deal going, 3 boxes for the price of 2. Well, I wrote on there that I had an air compressor. I did not know it was on the restricted list. So I ended up shipping it Forex, and I didn't get the 2 or 3 for 2 price. So my bad, I should have looked it up. Apparently they don't allow any kind of tank that holds compressed air to be put into shipment, even though I explained to them that I'd bled the tank and left the bleed valve open so that if there's any change in atmospheric pressure, the air inside the tank would change with it, but they still wouldn't allow it. So I just shipped it with Forex. I just lied what was in the package. I said it was just hand tools. Something else is we want to consider is when shipping. If you're shipping heavy items like the air compressor, I had to actually cut a piece of plywood, put it in the bottom of the box so it would support the weight of the air compressor in this box. Another thing I would suggest is if you can pack the boxes tightly would help. Now on these boxes, this one I did not pack tightly. You can see right here that it did not stay together. And part of the problem too with this is I did not use ribbon tape on this box, but on these other 2 boxes I used ribbon tape. So I would suggest using ribbon tape. Forex actually put these bands on here, which helps a lot, makes it nice for picking them up. In the process of these boxes getting here, they really got beat up. And I've noticed that with Forex when I shipped over to San Carlos, those boxes really got beat up too. So if you're shipping anything fragile, make sure you use a lot of bubble wrap. That's what I did with these. I used bubble wrap, just try and pack them tight. I wish I would have packed this one tighter. Now I want to jump back to the VAT tax. I have a friend here. I was shipping him items, and he was selling stuff. So he picked up, I think, 300 tablets for $10 a piece at an auction. And the VAT tax on those was $15 a piece. So what I did is I just lied about what was in the, about what I was shipping. So, and I had to actually individually bubble wrap every individual one. I know with the first shipment I shipped to him, I didn't bubble wrap each individual tablet, and actually some of them got broken. So if you're shipping anything fragile, definitely bubble wrap it. Go down to U-Haul, buy bubble wrap, and just really bubble wrap everything really good, or you're going to have stuff that's going to get broken. I have shipped here stuff with the USPS. I do not recommend USPS. There's a lot of forms you have to fill out. I would say with LBC, there's a lot of forms you have to fill out. They want you to itemize everything. When I ship with LBC, I'm sitting there for 3 boxes. I would probably sit there for an hour filling out paperwork. One of the things I liked about Forex, he didn't make me itemize. He just said, just write household items. That's all you need to put. I don't have to itemize everything. That is a lot of work. Just sit there and itemize everything out. I mean, the addresses here are very long. The time you're done, it just takes forever. Your hand's going to be sore from writing. So it's kind of what I like about Forex is they're not so picky on itemizing everything. But the good thing about, let's say LBC, sometimes they do a 3 for 2 price. So I kind of like that. What I didn't like about LBC from where I'm from in Vancouver, Washington, if I had to go to LBC, that means I have to get on the freeway, get into the horrible Portland traffic, and drive to Portland. So benefit to Forex is it was right by my house. So that would save me a lot of time with not driving in traffic and not itemizing everything. So, you know, it's up to you how you want to ship here. I mean, so far I haven't had anything broken with Forex, even though they're kind of rough on the packages. Just make sure you wrap everything up really good before shipping. Now, I ship the stuff to myself, and see, July 23rd, and today is October 25th, and I just finally got these. So, you know, I've been impatiently waiting. So anyway, we're gonna unbox them, and we're gonna see if everything actually survived the trip here. So let's start with this one right here. Now what I shipped on this is I had some baby blankets I needed to ship here because we're having a child. And in this one I shipped the air compressor. Here's my hose. And then I packed a whole bunch of baby clothes around it to keep it tight and keep it from moving around. A lot of baby clothes. I'm glad we're having a girl. My sister gave me all the leftover baby girl clothes. Okay. Now, let's see if it survived. Oh, here we go. All right. Looks like it made it in one piece. Something about the Philippines I want to say is everything here is 220. So I actually have a power converter, but just to make sure nobody accidentally plugs this into 220, because you can plug this right into a 220 outlet. I actually took some blue tape and I wrote 110 only, and I even marked it on the air compressor down here. It says no 220, only 110. So I did ship my friend some power tools, and he had some Filipinos working for him, and they plugged his stuff into 220, and it just within about 10 seconds just destroyed his power tools. So anyway, like I said, shipping something heavy, I cut a piece of plywood to set the air compressor on for support so the bottom of the box wouldn't blow out. So we're going to go over here to box number 2. Oh, this stuff's heavy. We're going to see what we got. Okay. All right. On this one, I just shipped a bunch of towels on my headphones, and they survived. So, and then I shipped some personal items like witch hazel. Can't buy witch hazel in the Philippines. I don't know why. And I did ship hydrogen peroxide. However, you can get hydrogen peroxide in the Philippines, but you cannot get witch hazel. And I shipped some pancake mix, and I shipped a cell phone here, but I didn't tell them, or I'd have to pay a VAT tax. Oh, and what's this? Oh, nice coffee. And we got some pots and pans, strainers, canned food, sardines, some jumper cables. Packed a cooler that's full of stuff. Oh man, this is heavy. Maybe that's full of canned goods. And what else do I got here? I got a backpack here. I packed some tools. And that's pretty much it for that one. So here we go. We're gonna get into the last box here. that ribbon tape's really strong. Oh, my knife doesn't even want to cut it. There. Alright. Some more pots and pans. Luster Craft, really good quality stainless steel. And more stuff for the baby. And I sent my, these are personal items like soap. You're not going to find triple milled soap in the Philippines, or shea butter soap, like black African soap. You're not going to find that. So that's why I shipped all this. I've been to the Philippines several times. I know what you cannot get. So, and some ties. Oh, more baby blankets. Little tote bag, I guess. Sharpening. Oh no. Oh shoot, my salt broke open. Well, there goes my Himalayan pink sea salt. See if we can get that back in there. No. Darn it. Oh well, that didn't survive. There's some miscellaneous stuff I sent here for the wife. Oh. And pots and pans, first aid kit, extension cord. Anyway, you can see it all there in the box. Looks like everything survived except for my Himalayan pink sea salt didn't make it. That top can. I should have taped that on there. Anyway, yeah, that makes, let's see, I'm up to 50 boxes now I've shipped here. So, and everyone's made it, and I've never had them open a box and inspect it. So, if you're going to ship something you have to pay a VAT tax on, or it's on the restricted list, just, I guess you could just lie like I did. Because I just don't know how to get it here. Something else I'm looking at doing is I want to ship a 40-foot cargo container here. I looked online, it looks like it's $3,200, and that's coming out of the Port of Seattle. I have a boat I want to ship here. I want to ship my Hobie Cat, and I have a friend of mine has a bunch of stuff he wants to ship here. So we're thinking about going halves on a shipping container. But I haven't done that yet, and when I do, I'll do a video on it. Anyway, that's it, and I'm out. See you later.